atrás.
Creía que éramos colegas.
You want it? Come and get it.
Hi guys, I'm Rafael from Cartelera, Spain. How are you today?
What's up,
Wow.
Rafael?
How are you?
So excited to talk to you. First of all, congratulations on your big roles in this big franchise. The Transformers saga has always represented a powerful image of America with, the army, the big cities, the flag. So I wanted to start asking you both about how your characters keep that purpose of representation, but with a more diverse image of America, and how that influenced your work with them.
I think our characters give a more a diverse representation of our of the states specifically, and because right, a lot of the states look like us, and I think that we've watched these films and we've seen them in a specific kind of place, right? Like a specific kind of area with a specific kind of house, a specific type of family, right? Like
Two-parent.
two-parent homes. Where so many of us only got one, but it's or grew up with one. But I think it's awesome, at least for me, to be in a movie, especially with someone like Dom, because she's a representation of so many people I grew up with. Like, she feels familiar to me, right? Like, when I watch a character like her on the screen, I'm like, yo, I know her. I get her. I understand her. I understand her humor. I understand the way she moves. Like, she had this thing she did in the movie where I'm chasing her and she like juked me, like if we were on the playing football, like I laughed out loud because it just made me think of moments like as a kid when we're playing football in the backyard in the projects in Brooklyn, So I think that this movie, feels familiar to me.
I also think in terms of representation and diversity, a lot of times when I go outside the country, I learned that that everywhere else seems to have free healthcare and we don't. Oh, yeah. And I'd be like, what? So even us starting out with Noah's family and them having that struggle represents a lot of people in the world. And in these big franchises, sometimes we don't take the time to actually go that deep. And it doesn't require a lot to get that specific. So that's a testament to Steven and him wanting to be grounded and real. And I just think for Elena being a Black girl who's from Brooklyn, from the hood, and into science, but not only is she into science, she doesn't assimilate or change the way that she speaks in order to feel like a scientist. She's still using the same slang. Her accent is still heavy. Like when I was in school, people would say, oh, you have to enunciate. So here I am, like lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, and I'm trying to talk a little bit more clearly for people to understand me. But Elena, even in her science and her intelligence, it doesn't require that she speak any differently than what she is.
I'm Rafael from Cartelera, Spain. How are you, Tobe?
I'm doing phenomenal. How you doing?
I'm really excited to talk to you. So first of all, congratulations on your role in such a big blockbuster. It's such a shame that you don't get a part in, the big action, but you're clearly the funniest of them all.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks to you. So did you really feel like you were in shooting a Transformers movie, or you were like more in a New York underworld comedy buddy film?
No. I really felt like I was in a Transformers film just because of how massive the film set was. Yeah. I caught myself right there. How massive the film set was, and just how just massive the production was. It definitely felt like a Transformer film set for sure.
Yeah, and your character, it may seem just a comedy one, but in the end, the Transformers saga has always represented this big image of America in the previous movies with the army, the big buildings, and now with characters like Anthony's and yours. So yes. How much importance did you see that it was given in this movie to this cultural representation of a bigger America?
Huge. It was very, very important, I think, to Stephen Cable Jr. to highlight the culture. Well, first to tell the story the right way within the Transformer franchise, to make sure things were accurate and like beautiful for the fans. And then it was also equally important to highlight the culture, and especially within the time period of the 90s, because that was very, very important as well.
Yeah, and in the human part of the movie, now that we don't see a romantic plot, your relationship with Anthony is actually one of the most prioritaries in the movie. So how was the work with Anthony, and how funny or difficult, was to reflect that partnership in such a few minutes?
It was very easy because Anthony he's just he's a good human being. It's easy, like he means so well. He's like, there's no ego. We both come from like nothing and had to work really hard to get to where we are now. So it's a mutual level of love and respect. I really got so much love for him just on and off the screen. So it was easy to make that connection on the screen because we really like gel well off the screen as well. It's like family.
Yeah, and following that good sense and the ending of the movie, I guess you're willing to do one or two more sequels. So what
or
would
three
you
or
like
four
to
or
explore?
5 more, 6 more, 7 more sequels. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it would be so cool. So what would you like to explore from your character, and what do you think he can provide to this big saga of robots?
Oh, I think he could provide exactly what he provided in this movie, which is phenomenal support, wisdom, guidance. Hopefully in the next one, he won't necessarily leave him for a time period by itself, but I feel like he can definitely join in the action.
And I hope you get there more action sequence, but in this one, didn't you fight even to just get a little bit of more action sequences or interacting more with Transformers? Didn't you try to get a little bit of that?
100%.
And what would you like to do with the Transformers? What kind of action or sequences would you like to shoot with the Transformers?
Oh, come on, just join right beside him, show him like, yeah, I got you, you know what I'm saying? Show him that I got some skills.
Yeah, we really hope to see you in the future movies. So congratulations, and hope to see you in there.
Thank you so much, family.
Thanks to you.